Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Sweating, feeling like $1,000,000. Sweating, feeling like $1,000,000,000,000. Check this out.
Thank you for calling the Miami Southwest 104th Street Target store. For hours and location information, press 1. To reach a specific department, press 2. For electronics, press 1. Guest service desk, order pickup or drive up, press 2. Food and beverage, press 3. Apparel and accessories, press 4. Human resources, press 5.
I pressed 5, by the way. Well, there you have it. They don't answer phones anymore, apparently, depending on the location that you're calling. But the Target located on 104th, Southwest 104th Street, and I want to say 77th, 72nd, no, is it 77th or 78th Avenue, doesn't answer the phone. That was my fourth or fifth time calling them up. And I did that to illustrate a point. Again, before I go into my diatribe, this is all dealing with case number 423 CV01013 USDC, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division. Once again, say it with me. Case number 423 CV01013 USDC, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division, and it has to do with the concept of organized harassment. I uncovered this a while back, and I'm getting the brunt of the pushback for doing that. You dig? They trying to kill a messenger. Literally, to a certain extent. And I tell you, because if you look at some of the instances in the past where they've used these same tactics, the outcome hasn't been so great. But listen, I'm still here, still motivated, still thriving, mentally, spiritually, intellectually, and physically. Financially, not so much. That's only for a short amount of time, hopefully. But here we are at this precipice where I am attempting to gain employment, to be gainfully employed, and I'm having a rough time down here in South Florida. It would appear that I'm being blacklisted here. I can't find the most simple jobs you can think of. I have a bachelor's, so at the very least I can, rely on that. And my bachelor's is in business and management. So I can fall into those categories. But I've just decided, you know what, I'm going to apply for like the jobs that don't require as much, just so I can get my situation back on point. I can stack up some money, pay for my attorneys, and have them start tackling my legal issues here. And by legal issues, I mean the civil actions that I'm ready to file, because I've already beat 2 cases in the local county criminal courts dealing with misdemeanor matters. One in which the police officers actually beat me up. So there's that situation happening, looming in the background, right? But because these folks know that, I suspect their fail safe, if you will, is to try to stop me from getting employed. That way I won't be able to have money. I can continue to sort of deteriorate, and then they can employ this notion of a simulation that I, have said on several occasions, and I really put it out there, I want to say, into the zeitgeist, penetrating the cultural zeitgeist, or permeating the cultural zeitgeist. But yeah, it's a real deal. It's a real thing. And I'm experiencing it by folks that seemingly have the power to be able to control your plight and really make it a simulation of sorts. My simulation, though, seems to be headed towards failure and chaos. But I'm still remaining calm under pressure. But the pressure is interesting. I'll say that. And there are certain ways that it appears that they try to apply it. So, I call up this place, they're not picking up. And it's the weirdest thing. I applied for a job. I send an email out to the person that just, told me to come in for the interview. I get no response. No one picks up my phone calls. And literally, you let it ring out and the phone just dies. So that's that, right? But then you have, whether it be bills, which thank God mine are not, too many, but you got that pressing on you. You got the fact that women aren't dealing with you really at all, and it seems to be a concerted effort to try to stop you from getting any sort of, feeling proud, feeling good, feeling like you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? They want to attack your ego too, whatever semblance of it that's left over. And then the psychological warfare aspect, whether it be the noises, the various ways that they impact your loved ones, those in your circle, to try to annoy you and anger you and make you look like you are, someone that isn't normal, might have some issues, whatever the situation may be, but their goal is to destroy your credibility. But again, I'm here, and if I'm credible, it's in your eyes to determine, but I let my situation rely on that particular case that I mentioned initially. It's all from there. You sort of work your way down, and you'll understand that this has happened before, by the way, too. I want to point out again, Myron May. He is the example that I'm going to continue to use. And that video is actually on Hulu. It should be on Hulu at this point. So we're putting it out there, his final video. We're putting these things out there just to spread awareness. But they confine you. They force you into a situation where you feel like you don't feel, where are you going to go? Your money's running low. You can't find a job. So you're just going to stay in one location. And it's when you're at that one location that they start to, again, apply the outside pressures, whether it be by way of sirens, just sonic conditioning cues, which is a thesis as well as a PhD that I'd like to develop, still trying to turn this whole situation around and make it a positive one to whatever extent I can, although the damages continue to add up. But through their simulation, these things are adding up, the problems are adding up, the stressors are mounting up. uh, and I'm just dealing with it and presenting it to you guys here. But whether it be the sirens, the nonverbal, just different little things that have to do with sounds that can sort of get you going. And I recognize this actually in one of the videos with Adam Lanza. That dude, wild dude, right? But I'm saying, yo, I don't know if they going around doing this to different people, because I literally added the FBI on YouTube, and I'm like, yo, this is what it is. They're using like these tactics to try to create the monsters. It's like re-engineering either criminality or the worst of situations. But again, with the presence of law enforcement looming in the background, ready to respond, but doing it based off of this plausible deniability. Anyway, I won't go on and on, but just pointing out one aspect of the experience. This is it. We're going to still push forward. I got a couple interviews, or I don't have interviews actually, but I'm going to go places and be active, proactive about it, bring my resume and drop them off and see if I can get a job. Because right now, if I get that job, or rather once I get that job, I'll be able to sort of straighten things out, keep things on point, and then I'll be able to start to mount my legal attack. So this is what it is, man. It's interesting. You're catching my perspective from a one man against ostensibly the state, I guess, but here I am, ready to fight, and not literally, just to be clear. I don't advocate violence, but we're going to fight with the laws. We're going to fight with my experience of what I've gone through and what I'm going to continue to overcome, and watch the process as it works its way out. You're getting a first row seat. I appreciate you for checking this out, but this is what it is, man. The trials and tribulations portion of the journey of H. Vanderbilt Alexander. I'm on it.